Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back, Military Family Investing. All right, I'm Josh. Welcome back to the show. We have a good one talking about dividends. Everybody loves talking about dividends. Most people don't use them. All right, so we're going to start with today is Retirement Plus. Use dividends to supplement your retirement. Okay, that's what me and my wife are doing right now. Currently, we're at about $950 a month in dividends. Okay, and I'm 41 years old. So let's say I retire. I'm going to retire soon, but let's say I was retiring standard, and I'm 65. So I have over 20 years of dividend growth to make that number a lot bigger. Okay, so first off, grab the free book on the website, check out the article, download the PDF. I believe there's a paperback up there. Eventually I'll get back to the States and I'll have the paperbacks with me so I can show you, right? So I'll order the paperback ahead of the video. That way I have it in my hand, which is pretty cool, pretty awesome, right? I'm in Japan now, so it's not worth it. Now, okay, so now we're looking at Retirement Plus. Use dividends to supplement your income. Let's start with, what does a traditional retirement look like? Okay, we call this fixed income. Most people have some sort of fixed income where their expenses come from, or their income comes from a paycheck, or either a pension or Social Security. Okay, so I'm in the military, so I'm at 23 years, so I'm guaranteed to have a pension when I retire. Okay, let's just say it's 3K. Okay, so I'll have my 3K, and with that kind of money, I will have to work again. Okay, but let's just say, for instance, I had a paid off house and I was going to retire on 3K. 3K is my fixed income. It's not my budget. That's my fixed income. I have to stay below that number, 3K. Okay, now if I reach 65 years old, 66 years old, and I get $2,000 a month for Social Security, now my fixed income is $5,000. Okay, this is how most people live through retirement. And most people don't have $5,000, to be frank. Okay, most people are down to like $2,000, $2,500. Okay, so let's say I have $5,000 a month. That's my traditional retirement. Now, if I was thinking ahead earlier in life and I started a 401k, I might have access to more money. What does a 401k do for you? Okay, so as you grow up in the workforce and you sock your money away through the 401k and your employer matches you, potentially 5%, you might say most people don't even get this much. Let's just say you have $200,000. Okay, most people don't even reach that amount. But let's say you have $200,000. Okay, now with this method, okay, when you withdraw money, you are selling your shares to fund your retirement. Okay, so think about that. Say you have your $200,000 is about 200 shares. Let's just be ridiculous. Let's just say it's 200 shares. Each share is $1,000. So you need to take out, let's just say 20K for the year. So you have to sell 20 shares. So the next year you go into it, you have 180 shares. Now, ideally, the market will keep going up and your 180 shares will continue to keep growing, ideally. But what happens every 4 to 8 years? The stock market downturn, like we're seeing right now. Okay, so there's no guarantee. So when you sell your shares next year, you're going to have to sell more shares to get that same 20K. Plus, you might just sell more because you need more than 20,000 because of inflation. Okay, so I don't want to go too far down there, but that's to say that you build up a nest egg and then you're selling your nest egg to fund your retirement. So it's like starting a chicken farm with 2 chickens. You grow up to 100 chickens and you're selling the chickens to fund it instead of selling the eggs. Okay, if you sell the eggs, you always have the chickens, right? But if you sell the chickens, then you're losing, right? All right, so that's the 4% rule. Okay, so most people are some sort of traditional retirement. They have potentially Social Security, maybe a pension. Most people don't have pensions yet. Then they have their 401k socked away. Okay, so the 401k is still tied to the market. You can't just do whatever you want. Oh, I got 200,000. I'm gonna spend 100,000 this year. Okay, next year all you have for the rest of your life is 100k. Keep in mind you don't work anymore. All right, so we have to get out of that mindset. We have to get away from that stuff. We need things that continue to grow, that pay us and keep growing. Okay, now say you're on a fixed income, $5,000. You're getting another $500 from 401k, $5,500. Okay, you got your house payment, car, everything else. Okay, and all of that reaches $4,000. You're good, right? You have a nice, safe $1,500 cushion, and your gas was $100 a month. Cool, easy. What just happened? Say your food was $200 a month. What just happened recently? Okay, so everything doubled overnight, pretty much. In 2 months, everything doubled. You have nowhere else to turn. You have nothing else. You can't do anything. You're boxed in. You don't know how to convert your money to make more money. You need now $6,000, $6,500, $7,000 a month. Inflation's coming with no end in sight. What do? Okay, so no matter your age, you have to learn about dividends. You have to. It's vital. It's important. All right, so like right now, me and my wife, we're all going through inflation together. Right, we're potentially hitting a recession together. All right, so every month I got 5 different brokerages. My wife has 4 different brokerages. We both have Cash App, which pays us directly to our dividend card, right, to our debit card. I have about $180 a month going right to my Cash App card, so I don't have to reinvest. I get that $180. I get to save that for gas for the next month. I don't have to reinvest for the next year. And the money keeps growing. Okay, it grows because the companies are paying more dividends potentially. All right, so but if I don't need it, I reinvest it. All right, so how dividends to supplement your retire. First thing you have to know is you can start now. You can use your dividends tomorrow. I think that's the most important aspect of dividends. Most people, yes, most people stack them up and they're working and they let them grow. That's cool. I'm an income investor. I want to invest for income today. I want my income. I want to buy something and get it next month. Get paid next month. Okay, and I want to keep stacking that. I have some other things that I'm investing for long term, but I'm going to retire with a military pension, potentially Social Security. We got rental properties, blah, 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 blah. All right, so I want my dividends now. I want them now. I want to see the whites of their eyes now, right? Because I need them. They make me feel better. They make me sleep better, right? Knowing I'm about to get a $50, $100 dividend and I can go to the store, right? My wife told me yesterday she had about $45 from dividends sitting on her Cash App just in case she ran out of money in her checking account. She can use that for gas. That's what they're there for. Now, 90% of the time I reinvest. However, I let them sit around for a couple months or a couple weeks until the next one shows up. Okay, and then I look, I evaluate all my accounts, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll reinvest. I'm sitting good. But it's good feeling knowing that you have money outside of your paycheck. It's an amazing feeling. It's a great feeling, okay? So the first thing about dividends is you can do it right now. If you're 20 years old, dividends can help you. 40, 60, 80, dividends can help you right now. Today. Okay? Now, some of the things you can do is, say I have dividends and I'm getting them from, let's say, AT&T at 6%. Okay? So say I get $50 from AT&T in February. Okay? I'm like, cool. I can reinvest in AT&T, but I can say, oh, wow, inflation is crazy, right? Okay, so I have $50. What can I do? Series I bonds are at 9%. Okay? I can reinvest into a closed-end fund that's paying me 10%. I can reinvest into a treasury bond. I think treasury bonds are minimum $100, maybe $100. But I can do a treasury bond that might be paying 5%, but it's different. It's not a dividend, it's interest, right? So I can use that to reinvest. Okay, I have options. But if I'm going to inflation, I might want to invest in higher yields. If inflation is 9%, I might want to invest in something 11%. It might be risky, a little riskier, right? I need to read about it and see what it is. But the money came from a dividend. I'm technically not affecting my principal, right? So you can take your dividends and reinvest. So then the next month you have your AT&T dividend and you have another dividend from something else, right? So it gives you options. You can navigate, okay? Say the stock market is really high right now and everything's, you don't want to reinvest into high overpriced products. Okay, cool. I go to USDC at 9%. I go into crypto for a little while. Okay, let that grow. Let that pay me interest, right? Or I invest in real estate, Fundrise. Okay, hey, let me put $100 into Fundrise. They pay dividends during completely off the stock market. You see what I'm saying? So dividends give you options. Okay, we call this a safety net. Cash flow. Cash flow is the difference between your income and your expenses. You want that number to be as wide as possible. If your expenses are $3,000, you want $10,000 a month coming in. Okay, you pay your expenses. You have $7,000 left. You reinvest $6,000 for fun. All right, you don't have to adjust your lifestyle. Live below your means. Dividends are great for living below your means. You get them. You look around, and if you have a good day, and everything's adding up, your savings account's good, you didn't spend much at the grocery store, and you just get a nice $50 dividend, hey, make it rain. Hey kids, let's go to McDonald's. Spend $50 at McDonald's. Woof. Right? It gives you options. I'm telling you, you'll feel like you understand how the world was supposed to work when you start getting money in just for waking up. Okay. Now, again, I have 4 of these articles. I have dividends, royalties, bonds, and real estate rents. Okay, so use those different things to supplement, and they're all on my website. Okay, I might not link all 4 because I will have to dig them up, but just search and you'll find them. The important thing is you're thinking ahead. Even if you're getting $100, I always tell my wife, even if I was getting $100 a month in dividends, it would still be amazing. So I'm getting about $100 between my website and my books. I'm getting about $100 a month. It feels amazing. I don't need this money. I have a job. Right? I've been on the job for 23 years in the military, so I'm good. I'm well paid. But having $100 where I'm like, let's go get some sushi. Let's go do this, right? So it's an amazing feeling. Everybody should get that feeling. Does it take little financial sophistication? Yes, just a little bit. You can find everything you need to do or know in my books. You can dig deeper because I link to the books I learned from. Main thing is start small. Grab your $100, put it in a closed-end fund that pays monthly. Let it sit there. Watch it for a year. It doesn't matter. Say you get $6 a month for a year. Okay, make sure you go buy ice cream for that $6 every month when you get paid on the 1st. And make sure you make it a point to go get ice cream with that $6 dividend. And then maybe next year you put in $500 and your money grows to $20 a month. And you make it a McDonald's thing. Okay? What gets rewarded gets, I forgot the saying, what gets rewarded gets repeated. Meaning, if you make it pleasurable to get dividends and don't focus on reinvesting everything and doing that, it's fine. All right, your money is still going to compound if you take out a couple dividends and spend on yourself. It's still compounding. It's not compounding at the highest rate, but I think that we focus so much on retirement and then we lose our faith and then we don't do it. So let's focus on creating that first $100 in dividend income. All right, it might take us 2 years to get there, but hey, how many people can say they're making $100 for waking up? Not many. So let's focus on that. I'm telling you, we're about to hit $1,000 next month. We started exactly 3 years ago, pretty much today, right? It was June of 2019. Today is June of 2022. So I literally opened my brokerage account like today, 3 years ago, and we're about to hit $1,000 a month. I can't even fathom that, and it's not going to take us 3 years to get to 2,000. I promise you that. That's the power of compounding. My knowledge is compounding. The dividends are compounding. Okay, my methods of making money outside of the stock market are compounding. So I can grab that, my books, the real estate's compounding, and I can throw it into dividends. So all together, the dividends rise up. Okay, but you got to start somewhere. Focus on that first $10. Put in AT&T. Put it in. I have a book called, and I think I'll link that one. Picking your first 5 dividend stocks, right? So I would say Alteria, AT&T, and Prudential. All right, those pay January, February, March. Get your some kind of monthly payer, like a closed-end fund, like a PIMCO fund, and maybe an index fund to throw on top, just to make sure everything keeps growing. That's it. $20 in each. Got your $100. Watch it. Watch it, and you wait for your paychecks. That's literally how we started my wife, with 5 stocks, and now she's over, I think, $11,000 in that one account. Okay, and that was less than a year ago. All right, just hard work, making it a focus, enjoying your dividends. Right, I reinvest most of mine. My wife probably doesn't. She saves them. That's fine. It's all good. That's what they're there for. All right. So let's focus on getting rich together. You don't get rich fast. Okay, you build that foundation, that educational foundation. All right, so grab the book, read through it. It's 50 pages. It's free. The only thing stopping you is your limiting beliefs. Scared of the stock market, whatever else. This is the perfect time to get in the stock market. Everything's down. The yields are ridiculous. I can't throw enough money in here. All right, because in 2 years, 3 years, or 6 months, doesn't matter, we're gonna be like, man, we should have got in. That was the time. All right, I'm trying to get money into the stock market. I want to get some money in Bitcoin because it's under 20,000, right? So I'm trying to get in there. I'm trying to just make these investments. Be smart about it. Don't go crazy. Make sure I have my emergency fund tucked away for anything that's happening. Make sure my cash flow is good. Make sure my rental properties are taken care of and increasing in rents, right? So that's what we need to do. So dividends. Think about your retirement. Think about where you want to be. Think about how nice it's going to be to have your Social Security, your pension, your 401k, but another nest egg, and you can just make your dividends for shopping, restaurants, whatever you want. And just let them come in. $50 here, $60 here, $80 there, $200 there. Let it come in, enjoy them, celebrate them. Have grace for every dividend you receive, every royalty you receive, every paycheck you receive. Have grace, be humble. Enjoy it. You didn't have to work for that. You worked for it up front, now it keeps paying. All right, with that, I'm out. Have a good day. Download the books, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.